But first, we got to talk about the Swerve and Booker T thing. We're gonna start off with that. Like, Swerve was on Vlad TV having his interview, talking about his career, how he got into business, and his journey through the business, up to now in AEW. It's not fully out yet, but we're not gonna really talk about the whole thing. So we're gonna wait on everybody else to get on that, because I think that's a group discussion. But we just want to touch on it. We just want to touch on it right now because it's touchy. It's a touchy subject. You know what I'm saying? So,
It
Spurs,
is.
how did you really feel about it? I mean, is it the thing? Because for me, the stuff with Booker T, I love Booker T. I think we all do have love and respect for Booker T. But in a way, I get what he's saying. But in a way, it just kind of sounds bad. You know what I'm saying? What he was saying. The point I'm talking about, what he was saying when Swerve was talking about Vince saying the N word and whatnot, and I guess and Booker T kind of just let it pass by him, And Booker T saying, "Oh, you want me to be the angry black man and not light a path for other black men in the business and and get kicked out right there, or are we gonna do what I did and provide for the rest for the people that are coming after me?" And in that, I get what you're saying, like, but it just don't mean you just let people get away with whatever, and just so you could be in the business and show you a black person being successful in the business. It's almost like that Terry Crews situation. You remember the Terry Crews situation when the dude grabbed him in the lower area and he didn't like hit him or nothing,
Do or say
or
anything?
yeah, and he kind of,
Vaguely.
I guess I don't know if he sued him or something like that, or sued somebody. It's kind of like that situation.
Right. Well, let me say this from Swerve's perspective, because this is where the ball started. Swerve was asked about Booker T's. Okay, real quick, like you mentioned, it's a situation where Vince McMahon, John Cena have a moment, and Vince goes up to John Cena, is like, "Keep up the good work," you know what he said. And Booker T was off on the counter. He was like, "The whole tell me you didn't just say that." Was that like in 2005? By the way, I don't know.
It might have been 2006.
Okay,
I don't know.
so was that
I'm trying to think. 2005, 2006, something like that.
All right. Well, Swerve was asked about that because,
Cena was champ.
Vlad likes to stir the pot on things. And by the way, Swerve is a fan of Vlad TV. That's why he was on the show. He's a big fan of this stuff. Swerve likes to stir the pot too, for what it's worth. He does. But when asked about it, Swerve has stated that, hang on a second. Oh, Swerve did say seeing that, especially as a kid, was shocking. It was still the shock jock era, maybe around 2005, while things were starting to get a bit more politically correct. We were still in that messy transition. It felt like, come on, man, we're already getting disrespected in so many ways, and to even participate in that hurts. The fact that it still resurfaces ever so often shows how deep it cut. It was 20 years ago, and it's still impacting. So you can't tell me things were always fair, because they weren't. And that's when Booker T kind of slammed back on him a little bit on that, because, Booker T don't want to be kind of held accountable for all the mistakes that Vince had, which I totally understand. But let's to that point about Swerve saying we're already getting disrespected. I usually say it in, conversation, but I'll say it on the show. Wrestling is inherently racist. It just is, whether you're Asian, Mexican, or black. It just is. Asian wrestlers used to come out to chopsticks. Mexican wrestlers came out to Spanish guitars, and they all kind of had the same gimmick. You didn't know what to do with them. You stuck them all in a faction or a group and called them the LWO or the Oriental Express, Kabuki Warriors. Who knows, right? Same thing with black wrestlers. And they're always getting that type of push. Booker T was a diamond in the rough outside of Ron Simmons because he was a featured guy. We talked about, I think, last Sunday, you can almost call him the MVP of WCW. So Booker T was a shining example, especially coming to WWE, the only real surviving member of WCW, their 5-time top champ. And I guess it's kind of a good question to you. Did you find it as a disrespectful moment when it happened? When you saw it, did you like Booker T, you let that slide? Or was it just like, oh, wow, that happened? Like, how did you feel?
In 05, well, I was what, 16, 17?
Yeah.
And so it was like, I guess I didn't think about it as hard. Just like the DX blackface thing.
Yeah, with the
I thought
nation.
that was hilarious because I'm not thinking about it at that time. But that was like, and that was even before then. But with that moment, I was just like shocked he said it, and yeah, I didn't like. I guess I didn't think too much about Booker T being there at that time. But me, like I said, looking back on it, it's like, yeah, why Booker T had to be in that moment?
And
I
you mentioned
mean, and you just doing it, and then that's just kind of Vince throwing his weight around and saying, "Oh, I could just say whatever I want, even in front of a black person or whoever it is. I could just say what I want and do
I
what
did
I
kind of
want."
it did kind of feel that way. But you mentioned the DX thing, and that's what I mean by wrestling inherently racist, is that it's so ingrained into it, and we understand because it's not the real world. It's wrestling. Wrestling is a whole different world, which is why you have to use the lens of kayfabe to even really understand it and to even accept half of the nonsense that happens. But we talk about the DX thing. Even I was laughing at it. Like when X Pac was Mark Henry, it was funny.
Yeah, I
I
think
have to
also
admit,
right. We thought that was just one of the best DX moments.
right? As bad as it is, you can't even watch it now because good luck finding it. So
Yeah,
it's a different world. But I mean, it's those type of things. But let me ask you this question, because this is where Booker T kind of. So on his podcast, he expressed an opinion about black wrestlers. No, wait a minute, was that the one? Hold on. Oh yeah, where he felt as if that he thinks the lack of black wrestlers on WWE PLEs has to do with the lack of black talent in WWE.
Lord.
So, just want to put this out here. It's been 900 plus days since a black man has won a singles match on main roster PLE. And it's been 600 plus days since a black man has even competed in a main roster singles match on a PLE. Now, not for nothing, I really feel like that Andrade Carmelo Hayes could have had at least one PLE match, considering they were just going around in circles
Yeah,
anyway.
they had like 7 matches.
Yeah, if not more after the
Yeah,
fact. So
yeah.
it's Carmelo Hayes.
But Booker T saying stuff like that, it's like, damn, you disrespecting everybody that's on there, all the black wrestlers that's on there
And
on the main roster.
maybe they should step up. You hear that a lot. They need to step it up.
So
Uh-oh.
hold on. So Kofi Kingston ain't step up when he got the championship. No, he was put back down by Brock Lesnar train. I
Well,
mean, Montez ain't step up in the U.S. in
the
the U.S.
Elimination Chamber.
elimination chamber.
The
Or
Elimination Chamber,
y'all
man.
just put him back in the tag team. Is Carmelo not stepping up, going back and forth with no matter where you are on the card, he going up against everybody from Cody Rhodes to Tozawa?
Didn't he have a face-to-face with Cena?
I don't know if he had face with Cena. I know he
Okay, I
has,
know it's Cody.
but he had some with Randy Orton, and he
Oh,
should have.
Randy Orton, that was the one, yeah.
Yeah, that maybe that's a subject, but I kind of go off on a tangent. He should have beat Randy Orton in that match because Kevin Owens could have distracted, just like Kevin Owens distracted Randy Orton against Drew McIntyre, and Drew McIntyre won. Carmella could have won in that same way, but that's beyond the point of what we're talking about. Let's go back to it. But yeah, playing black talent ready to be doing something. Carmelo, Montez, Angelo Dawkins, New Day, and the
Yeah.
NXT guys.
Yeah, you can move any of
Who
them
about to
up.
fight? We're gonna talk about NXT right on the show. Oba, Trick, Javon
And
Evans.
Javon.
That they get NXT doing it right. So why make it the main roster do the same thing?
Well,
We love WWE, but come on.
well, let me ask you this, to go back to Triple H statement when you said he don't see color, he only sees talent.
I get what you're trying to say, Triple H, but you just don't know how to say stuff. That's what a lot of that's how with a lot of people of that,
Yeah,
persuasion, they don't know how to say things. They mean well in certain cases. In certain cases, let me be clear on saying that, but they don't know how to say it, and they're so afraid to say they're so afraid of saying the wrong thing that they say the wrong thing anyway.
Triple H could have easily said something like, that's an issue that I'm aware of, and we're working on it. And as you can see, if you look at NXT, we have a young crop, a black talent that we're working on to move into the main roster. I was handed a situation. We're going to try to make the best of it. You can say something like that instead of like, well, I only see talent. So when you don't
Right.
see the talent on like 900 days of pay-per-views, what does that mean?
Right.
They're not talented? Like, I can't. That's my
Exactly. Why they
thing.
on your roster then?
Well, I mean, hey, unless you're
Just to
Bianca
lose?
Belair, Belair,
Oh
that's
yeah, they're
talent.
gonna. Yeah, the black women talent is there. Naomi, Jade, the
Oh,
big three, pretty much.
well, that's only because they're in that Bianca atmosphere.
Oh yeah.
If you get them out that
Bianca,
atmosphere,
well,
we'll see if they can float.
Bianca was a diamond in the room that's shining bright. They think the heavens they got Bianca.
Listen, that's
Thank
an
you, Mark
orbit.
Henry. Thank you, Mark
Right.
Henry.
That's an orbit you want to be part of. If Bianca's there, you want to be next to her.
Because they love to put her out there. And I'm glad they do because she's amazing talent. But the black male talent is just as amazing. Right next to her husband.
Yeah, right. Montez.
He's right there.
Apparently,
He's right
close
there.
enough.
Right. But even in that, though, it's like Swerve was talking about with Triple H. And I don't want to bag on Triple H. I'm just saying what Swerve was talking about. With Triple H was kind of seemed like he was holding him back in NXT and wouldn't put him in the right
he did
places.
mention that.
Yeah.
He did mention that. He was
So
like he wasn't part of his boys.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, that's what he was trying to be. What Swerve was telling him, asking him, what does it take to be one of your guys? I'm your reliable guy. So whatever that's constantly in that rotation of mid to main card, mid to main event. I feel like I've shown, show you what I've got and what talent I have. And so it's been a year. I've been continued to ask, and he says Triple H like a word around, or touch around the subject.
Yeah.
Give it a run around, and then Swerve kind of stopped him in his tracks. But
he did say he got the thing he was looking for. He got from Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you see what Shawn Michaels is doing right now in NXT. 3 black male talent is going to be your main event of Stand and Deliver this year. Swerve, Oba, Javon, right there, and you have Ricky Saints as your North American champion.
Is he black?
I thought they said he was black. I mean, he looked like he's something else. I ain't gonna lie to you, but he's from New Orleans.
He's mulatto. That's
but I mean, he said he was. I don't know. But you got him right there, and then you got your other women, Jada Parker, Kalani Jordan. They about to be probably in championship matches. So come on now. If your best friend could do it, you could do it, Triple H. I'm just saying, you got talent right there. Split up the Street Profits. Let them do on their own, like we've been saying on this show for a minute.
Y'all been saying.
A lot of people been saying, yeah.
I know. When you say split them up, just okay. I'm not gonna get into that. Yeah, split them up. Keep going. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And split them up, separate them on each show, and you got 2 talented brothers right there. Could be in at least mid card, get your mid card championships, or put them in that main event circle somewhere. And make it happen. I know it's a lot of right, and these days it's a lot of top talent right now that could go for these titles. I understand that, and I don't want to discount none of them because they are great on both shows. But our black male talent is great too. And Booker T, we love and respect Booker T for what he's done for not just for the business, just for black people in the business. But a lot of times it's like he goes along to get along. And he feels like him doing that paved the way for black brothers behind him, that's coming behind him. In a way it did, but in a way it seemed like you're just taking whatever disrespect.
Checks and championships. That's what Booker T believes. That's it.
And that's what business is about. Checks and championships and being successful and provide for yourself and save as much as you can because you never know what's going to happen. And that's how the wrestling business is. You never know when you're going to be let go or you decide to go to another company or whatever it is. But it still comes with, you need respect along the way. Get some respect. Some things you might have to take, yeah. but it's a certain limit you got to have. You got to stand on that and stand on your bottom line. And that's what I feel Sasha Banks, now Mercedes Moné, and Naomi did. I'm not saying that they was disrespected in a racist way, but they still felt disrespected, and they moved on.
It might have been the sexist way.
Yeah, it might have been that. And so they moved on and did what they had to do. You see what Mercedes is now, flourishing in her own way.
I like how you said that.
Yeah. And Naomi went to TNA. She was champion most of the time she was there. And now she's back with somebody else in charge. And now she's being able to express herself in a different way that everybody is liking.
Yeah.
Proceed with caution. Shout out to Naomi.
I dig it.
I'm saying, it's like, like I said, I see both sides of it. Swerve may not have been a Vlad TV because Vlad TV got like to, expose people, our people, expose our culture, and have us going against each other in certain ways. That's from what I hear. I don't watch Vlad TV that much, but from what I hear and what goes around, and that's what something Booker T was saying. Like Swerve shouldn't have even been on the show, but Swerve, like you said, Swerve is a fan of it or whatever it is, and he wanted to express himself, and our people, and not just our people, but our community as wrestling fans don't get the exposure on that type of platform all the time. So that's probably another reason he got on there for AEW and wrestling period, to get a wrestler on there.
Well, let me ask you this then. Would it have been better if you went to Chris Van Vliet instead?
I mean, I like Chris Van Vliet. I mean, I don't know, but Chris Van Vliet is mostly, I don't know how far his platform reaches.
Oh, well, he had Samoa Joe on there just recently.
No, I'm not beyond wrestling though.
Oh, I mean, well, he gets over 100,000 views.
He does. I mean, is it the same as
Vlad? Well, I mean, like that goes to, so it's like the polarization, right? You know these people because of said culture. People know Vlad TV because either you saw him on World Star Hip Hop, or because a hip hop star was on there, or because you just call it Aries Spears. He's always on there. Orlando Jordan's been on there, that type of thing, right?
Yeah.
But Chris Van Vliet, though, he's cut his teeth at least on like ETV. So he's been in Hollywood, and I don't know. You know what? Why am I even saying this? Come to Champions Corner. Let us interview you.
Hey, let's get it. We talk about it all on here.
Right? We ain't going to sit here and try to stir the pot, but we're going to try to get the facts.
Hey, I'm trying to tell you. I ain't like, we ain't got no ties to either company.
Right? Seriously. We're all kind of free agents. And we're straight facts, no chaser, and none of that fluff. We are not biased. Just try to get straight to the heat of the issue.
All right. Because I like saying, we like AEW, we like WWE, we like stuff going on TNA. Hey, well, I'm going to talk a little stuff TNA a little bit.
Ethan Page getting the world title shot in TNA.
And that's what I was talking about. Let's make it title shot in both companies.
I tell you, man.
Ethan Page, boy. He's going for North American title because he ruined Ricky Saints' title victory.
Yeah, he did. Boy,
and now he want to go for Joe Hendry.
He's a busy man.
Hey.
He said, let me off the leash.
All ego. Say, all ego going for all the gold. Let's go.
He's got to get one.
But yeah, I mean, it's interesting, man. Like I just want to give everybody a little taste of the conversation about that subject. Because, like I said, the full interview I don't think is out yet. But and we will have discussed this a little bit more with the full group when they on our next episode. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But it's a touchy subject, man. And I don't know. Like I said, we just want our culture, our people to do well in the business. Not saying just because you're black, you should be doing well. But if you got the talent and you're showing it and you're showcasing it on a consistent basis, and you got something to say, and you're doing pretty much better than other people on the roster, it should be showcased at the highest level.
Presented in a situation where it can be, at least give it.
Yeah, I mean, it's wrestling. You got the pen. You're booking it.
Yeah, the pen, right? Like
you got the pen. Yeah.
I never understood the whole concept where it's like, oh, I want to see you become this star, and it's like, well, dude, just book me to be the star. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't know, just put me in a position to win.
You got to get interest from the fans, but I feel like these people have interest from the fans. They can talk.
Carmelo Hayes can get a reaction.
Yes.
He did. I don't know. I see. The reason I keep bringing up Carmelo Hayes because him and Braun Breaker came up at the same time, and it
Yeah.
just looks like a rocket was put on Braun Breaker. And I don't want to say a stone on Carmelo Hayes, but it's like he's just going around in circles, while Braun is
Yeah.
still kind of going up. He's plateauing a little bit, but at least
Yeah.
he was going up.
But that's why I said Carmelo could do something with that U.S. championship. That's why I thought he was getting wins for a few weeks now, and then he could have beat Randy Orton. That could have propelled him into a match with L.A. Knight,
Hey, yeah, I'll take it.
and that could have been it. And the thing is, yeah, he's one of the smaller wrestlers, but the advice he got from Shawn Michaels, if you're a smaller guy, and Shawn Michaels is taller than him, but it's just he was still one of the smaller guys and coming up, especially with a new generation, he's still one of the smaller guys. Where everybody's kind of built muscly, you know what I'm saying? And he wasn't like that. He had muscles, but yeah, but he wasn't. He was still one of the smaller guys. And he told Carmelo Hayes, that means you got to do everything else at a 10 if you're one of the smaller guys. And
He does.
Carmelo
He does that.
Hayes does that.
He
That's the advice
does
he got
that.
from your friend Triple H, Shawn freaking Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid.
Oh, you're getting excited.
I'm just saying, bro. You got this talent right here in your face. This man was the #1 draft pick.
Hey, he won't let you forget it either.
Right.
But
This
it ain't
man
me
went
left
straight. He went straight to Cody Rhodes and went after him. And so, like I said, if he could fight anybody on your roster, this man fought Cody, Braun Strowman, Cesaro. If that's 3 different types of talent right there.
Andrade
had a great back and forth with him in 7 matches. This man can do it all. And so, I don't know. Like I said, I guess like I said, you're a rookie and you got to cut your teeth. But I mean, at the same time, man, you got to do what you got to do. You got to give him something. And hopefully he could probably get money in the bank. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that.
hey, checks and